What's up guys, Mental Hog back here again with another Euros group rebuild, and today we're going to be rebuilding Fulham, who finished 18th in the Premier League this season, and we're going to be rebuilding them using Group D from the Euros, a group that includes the Czech Republic, England, Croatia, and Scotland. So lots of good players to choose from in this group, and we're going to get right into the video. And if you guys enjoy these Euro group rebuilds, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so you don't miss another one of these. Let's get into it. Before we get into the actual rebuild video itself, let's really quickly go over the rules of this rebuild challenge. So, rule number 1, we're assigning players from one Euro group at a time, so only Group A, B, all the way through F. Thanks to the cheat engine on the PC, we get 1 billion euros to make this happen, not dollars or pounds. There's a small difference. We're going to assign 5 players from each nation in the group, so there's 4 nations per group, 5 players per nation, 20 players in the squad total. Only players that are called up for the competition are going to be eligible, so Sergio Ramos is not eligible for Spain, for example, because he wasn't called up to the squad. Players that have since been injured, like Dean Henderson or Trent Alexander-Arnold, are no longer eligible to be in the squad because they're not currently in the squad. Every other player in the team is going to be released. There is no selling them, there's no putting them in trade deals, nothing like that. Thanks also to the cheat engine, we can release every player for free. One representative from each nation is going to be in the starting 11, so everybody from each of the 4 nations, at least one player has to be in the starting 11 when we start simming the season. And lastly, we sim all the games unless we get like a FA Cup final or a Champions League final or something like that. Then we can play that if we want to. And those are all the rules, so now let's get back into the video. So here we are at Fulham. We've loaded in, we've brought back players from loan, we've sent back players from loan, we have the squad as small as we can have it before we start, and we've done, as is tradition in the series, we have 1 billion euros put in. Thank you to the cheat engine for that. And we're going to get going. So the first nation that we're going to bring in players from is going to be Scotland. So I will meet you with our Scottish shortlist. So here's our squad of Scottish players. At the time of recording, they have only played 2 out of the 3 games. Scotland currently sitting on 1 point after that 0-0 draw with England, which was honestly one of the most boring games of football I've watched in a long time. And also at the time of recording this, Denmark just pulled off the impossible. On the last day of the group, they secured their 4-1 victory over Russia to go through to the knockout stages, and that is insane, and it's for Ericsson as well. So good on them. Congratulations to Denmark. But anyways, here's our short list of Scottish players. So we've got, nice thing about this group is that we get pretty good players from every nation. So it's not like we're waiting until we get to the big nations to get some good players. So we start off with Andy Robertson. Liverpool, really great left back, best left back in the world, I would say right now. Maybe second to Luke Shaw, I don't know. He had a pretty good season in the Premier League too. But we're going to start with Andrew Robertson. We're also going to bring in Tierney as like a backup defender. Scott McTominay, John McGinn, and Shea Adams, who's actually having a pretty solid Euros. He's playing pretty well. So we're going to bring in these players, update the starting 11, and I will be back in a sec. After our Scottish signings, the starting lineup is shaping up like this. Shea Adams leading the line currently. John McGinn and Scott McTominay making up that midfield. I guess we'll swap them because McGinn's left-footed. Robertson at left wing back actually goes up +1. So most of our fullbacks in FIFA 21 go up +1 rating if you make them wing back versions, because I guess 5 at the back is just the meta this year. So gotta keep that in mind when you're playing your career mode saves. If you convert them, they go up in their overall by 1, so just go ahead and do it. Kieran Tierney, currently going to be out on the right. That's going to change pretty shortly, but he goes up +1 at that left wing back as well. The rest of the players are players that have either been, released or haven't been released yet, or, and are going to be released. So let's move on. Nation 2 is going to be Croatia. They currently are also only sitting on 1 point, so they have a game tomorrow against Scotland. So really one of those 2 teams is probably going to be the other team making it out of Group D. I guess we'll have to wait and see. That rhymed unintentionally, of course. This is our short list though of players for Croatia. So we're going to be filling out the midfield with players like Brozovic, Modric, Kovacic, also bringing in Kramaric to kind of fill in the gaps at the attack. And also Livakovic is probably going to be our starting goalkeeper because he's actually young, pretty young, 25, and has solid potential, and he's a good rating. So he also has a saves with feet trait, which is a massive trait to have as a goalkeeper, especially in this FIFA, where the goalkeepers aren't super great. So we're going to make these signings, and I'll be back to update you. So our Croatia signings are now across the line. Our starting 11 is starting to shape up very nicely, actually. Kramaric makes his way up top. Adams moves on to the left for now. We got the Croatian midfield going here. We switched the formation to a 4-3-3 holding, so we can fit in our central mids and Kovacic and Modric. CDM of Brozovic. Currently, we've just released all the center backs, so Scott McTominay fill in that gap for now. Robertson on the right, Tierney on the left. Switch them to the wing back so that they get their +1. And now we move on to our next country, which is going to be the Czech Republic. All right, so it looks like this rebuild is going to be a lot harder than the last one that we did, because with the last one, I still had like almost 200 million left at the end. And we're here with our Czech Republic shortlist, which is looking like this: Vaclik, Kufal, Brabec, Suchek, and Schick. And now that I'm looking at their values, we might be able to get it across the line, because I'm sure you guys know England is coming up next as our next country and last one. And we have a lot of big players to sign in England, and it's going to be a lot of money. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to pull it off, but let's try it and see what happens. See you guys with this new starting 11 after this. To post the Czech Republic signings, our starting lineup is going to look like this. Schick, I'm going to convert to a winger to be a backup in the future. We've got Suchek, who I'm actually going to convert to center back in this, because I need a starting center back, and he's going to be that starting center back. And then we've got a bench, again, Kufal, Brabec, and then Vaclik as well. Yeah, so we only have 3 players left that aren't the original players. Everybody else has been released, and now we have 1 nation left to go, which is England. And speaking of England, this is why I was concerned about our budget. We are going to have to pay out the ass for these players, and I don't really know how we're going to make it happen. So we're just going to start one at a time. My priority is going to be some wingers. Worst case, we won't be able to bring in Harry Kane or somebody like that, but I do need good wingers in my squad, and definitely a center back. So we'll see what happens. I'll update you guys if I can't make all these happen. I mean, guys, come on. I'm sitting here in these negotiations, and look at the kind of money they're wanting for Harry Kane. I can't make this deal come across the line for like 150 mil. What have they done to this game? 205 million euros. That's more than the GDP of like whole countries they want me to pay for Harry Kane. And I mean, that's the same situation that we have going on with Sancho and Sterling, and I just don't have that in the budget. So we're gonna have to improvise and probably switch up some of the players that we're getting. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take out my offer for Sancho and Sterling. Kane, we'll see if we can make it happen still. But yeah, I'll update you guys on what's going on. But this is just absurd. Jesus. Okay, that was stressful. We did some wheeling. We did some dealing. We have now assembled all of our players. So our English players ended up being John Stones, who was originally on the short list. We ended up getting Mason Mount instead of like Sancho. Okay, so the signings that I wanted to happen that didn't happen: Sancho, Sterling, Harry Kane. Ridiculous. It's impossible. It really is impossible. We only had like 430 million or something like that to spend when we got to England. So I couldn't spend 200 million on each player. I just couldn't. Probably overpaid for some of the other ones. Maybe should have started with England, but it's okay. We ended up here. We've got Mason Mount that's going to be a substitute on the right wing. So John Stones, Mason Mount, and then you can see our front 3: Rashford, Foden, and Grealish. Foden is going out to the left wing. Grealish is going to go out to the right wing. Rashford is going to play at striker. So a little bit of position changing madness going on. And yeah, so I'm gonna get all the positions changed properly and start simming the season. I will see you guys in January to see how this team performs. All right, guys, we made it to January 1st, and I really have no idea what we're looking like in terms of our progress in the Premier League or really the Champions League. So let's just see. Let's start with the Premier League. We're not in the bottom half of the table, so that's nice. Relegation zone looks. Wow, Newcastle in the relegation zone. Okay. West Brom and Sheffield, though, to be expected. Let's scroll up. Are we in the top 10? We are. West Ham in 10th. Leicester down in 11th, not having a great season. Are we in Europe? We are currently in Europe. Aston Villa in 9th, Everton in 8th, Spurs in 7th. Are we in Europa League? Yes, Man United are in 6th place. Are we 5th? We are. Okay, so we're 5th. That's not too bad. We're losing quite a few games, but so that's kind of weird. And let's see what the rest of the table looks like. Okay, well, we're only 5 points off the top of the table, Liverpool. So could be worse. I mean, I'm not gonna complain about being 5th place with this team. It's, you know, not the worst, not the best. It's got pretty good players. Let's see what's going on in the Carabao Cup, because I know that's also a cup we could go in. So we're not in the semifinals of the Carabao Cup. Quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup, nope. Round 4, which is the round of 16. We're not even here. What happened in the Carabao Cup? We got Man United early on and we lost. Did we play earlier than this? Yeah, we beat Exeter first in the round of, I guess this would be like 64. And then the last thing we need to check out is the Champions League. So let's see if we made it out of our group. Okay, yeah, wow. So we breezed our Champions League group. 16 points, not a single game lost, only 3 goals conceded. I swapped them out with Liverpool this time around, just to kind of switch it up so I don't keep throwing out Man United. And let's see who we drew in the round of 16. Ah, okay. Atletico Madrid, nice. Olympiacos is an interesting team that's in here. And other than that, it's pretty normal. All these other teams were pretty much in the round of 16. What I remember, yeah, every other team that was here was already here. The Dortmund-Man City matchup happened in real life this season. That's interesting that we have that again. I think Atalanta-Real Madrid was in the round of 16 as well. Anyways, that's what that's looking like. Let's check out and see who our top scorers are at the club. So leading the line, Marcus Rashford, 13 goals so far and 5 assists. So 18 goal contributions in like 29 games. It's pretty solid. Jack Grealish, 11 goals and 5 assists. Phil Foden, also 9 goals, 2 assists. Modric contributing. Tierney, John Stones is... What the hell? John Stones has 5 goal contributions. That's a lot. Kramaric, McGinn, Robertson, McTominay at center back. I position changed him as well. Did a lot of position changing. McGinn moved from CDM to center mid so he would play some. McTominay, I moved him to center back so we'd have some more backup there. Schick I put on the wing so that he would maybe get some game time. Seems to be working out well. Livakovic is our higher rated goalkeeper. He's not playing. I'm not sure what's going on there. Kovacic isn't really playing games either, so kind of confused about that. Our older, lower rated goalkeeper is starting, so can't complain too much, I guess, though, because we're doing pretty well. Robertson leading in assists. This guy's cracked in career mode. He always does this. Why does he still have a baby face, though? We need new scans. I think we're getting them, though. Clean sheets. Vachlik has 10 clean sheets, so not terrible. But what we're going to do now is we're going to sim ahead to June, and we're going to see, well, not June, it's the last game of the Premier League season, see if we made a FA Cup final or a Champions League final or something like that, and maybe we'll play one. All right, everybody, 38 games have been played in the Premier League. We're looking at the bottom of the table. I haven't seen anything. West Brom, relegated on 12 points. Sheffield and Newcastle, also relegated. Are we in the top 10? Yep. Are we in Europa League? Yes. Not even that. We're in Champions League. So are we 4th? No. Are we 3rd? Did we... This is the moment of truth, guys. Did we win? No! 5 points. Damn it. Oh my god, man. Liverpool just beating us out by 5 points. We lost too many games, man. We had less draws than them. Only 1 less win. Just too many losses, man. We lost way too many games in the first half of the season. Okay, so now that we know what happened there, let's see what happened in the FA Cup. Okay, so I scrolled to round 1 without looking. We didn't start in round 1. We started like round 3. So where were we? Fulham. Hello? Fulham? There you go. 1-1 to Newcastle. Okay, so did we beat them on the replay? We did. Round 4, which is the round of, what, 32, I guess? Who did we have? Hello? 6-0 Brentford. Jesus Christ. Did we go the whole way, maybe? Did we? We made it to the quarterfinals. We beat Wolves. Did we? Oh. You gotta be kidding me. Chelsea beat us on penalties. And they're in the final, so maybe we lost to the eventual winner. So no FA Cup final for us. The Carabao Cup we already checked, so let's check the Champions League. Okay, so we know we made it out of our group, and we drew Atletico Madrid, which is like one of the hardest teams you could probably get, especially in FIFA career mode. So let's see what happened. We beat them 4-3. Close. Holy crap. Bayern destroyed Olympiacos. My goodness. Man City tore Dortmund a new one. Barca barely got past Inter Milan. Chelsea breezed past Leipzig, kinda. Atalanta actually took out at Real Madrid. Whoa. Juve took out Sevilla, and Lazio took out PSG. Holy crap. Okay, so in the quarterfinals, we had 2 videos in a row. We get dumped out of the Champions League by Lazio. What? I've never struggled against Lazio. I usually see them as a draw, and I'm like, okay, no problem. We got a problem on our channel, boys. Lazio is dumping us out of all of these competitions. I don't like it. I don't want to see it happen again. But, okay. So the semifinals were Chelsea dumped out Man City again. What is it with Pep and Tuchel? You just can't beat him. And Barcelona are in the final. So we have a Chelsea-Barcelona final. I guess let's sim to June and see who won the FA Cup and the Champions League, and then we'll wrap it up. But this team is doing even worse, arguably, than Group B so far. And this is like some of our best players in here. Some of the best players I should say, in FIFA are in this. So that, okay. Well, anyways, let's see who won the FA Cup after all. Chelsea ended up winning the FA Cup. Okay, so at least we got knocked out by the winners of that. In the Champions League, Barcelona won. Wow. All right. So we didn't win any silverware. Like none at all. And let's see, do we have anybody in the top scorers of the Premier League? We don't. Rashford scored 15 goals. He already had like 13 in January. What happened? Foden on 12. Grealish on 10. Assists, Robbo had 8. Rashford had 7. Grealish had 6 clean sheets. I think I see where we're struggling. Oh, there we go. Vachlik with 10 clean sheets in 28 games. Okay, and then we had 4 more clean sheets from Livakovic in 10 games. Let's check out the squad report and see what happened here. Rashford finishes the season on 24 goals, 8 assists. Not bad. 19 goals and 8 for Grealish. 17 and 4 for Phil Foden. Luka Modric going down 3 ratings. Holy crap. 35 years old though, so I guess it's to be expected. 7 goals and 7 assists. Schick had 5 goals. McGinn had 5 goals. Kovacic started playing some more. Mount played some games, scored some goals. Yeah, Robertson though, 12 assists. That's insane. Our assist leader by a long shot, Andy Robertson. And then in clean sheets wise, we had, let's just look like this, it's easier. 16 for Vachlik and 4 for Livakovic. So to wrap this video up, if you want to pick the better of the 2 groups to play career mode with, like this, pick the one with the lower rated players. What an interesting conclusion to come to. Well, that was the Group D Euros rebuild. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like. If you're new around here, once again, just make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss another one of these. Leave a comment down below if you have any suggestions for other kinds of rebuild styles that we could do. I know the Copa America is going on right now. Maybe we could do something with that. But I'm going to do some more of these group rebuilds because they've been real fun. I don't know if I'm going to get to every group just because it's pretty time consuming. But we'll see how many we can get to. Also, the group stages are kind of wrapping up. So maybe we make a video with the knocked out nations and see what we can do with them or something like that. But anyways, this has been a really fun one. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks so much for watching and have a good one.